he's the logo for a reason, and very dear friend of mine. Definitely a sad day when he passed. We had a lot of great conversations, a lot of great moments. All around great man, great family.
JJ mentioned just kind of trust amongst everyone and how that can take some time to building it on. What have you kind of taken away from your experience just in terms of that process and the non-negotiables?
It's not overnight. You gotta practice excellence though, and you gotta hold each other accountable while you're trying to get to that, to that point where you can trust each other, all the time on the floor. Obviously when you bring in, the system and everything, everyone's, in different roles or whatever the case may be, but when we do it together, and we see the benefits of doing it together, what that can cause, then I think that continues to build, the trust continues to build. So I think that's the most important for us to continue to build like we've been doing over practices. Today was our 7th practice. We've had 3 preseason games, and we want to continue to build that over the next week. We got like 8 days, I guess, I think, until our first game of the season. So we want to continue to build that towards that moment.
You guys got 2 games against the Warriors this week on the schedule. Obviously this summer you played alongside Steph after all those battles over the years. What about it was it better than you could have imagined? Like, what about him and your guys' partnership is the thing that you I guess cherish the most about it?
It was everything and more. I was super excited to be able to finally team up with him, in a win or die type atmosphere, and that's what it was. Being a part of the Olympics, and it was everything that I dreamed of and inspired to want to be a part of that team along with Steph. Great memories, something that I would remember from my basketball career for the rest of my life for sure.
And the circumstances of you with the Lakers and with the Warriors, like, do you think could it ever happen again?
What?
You guys be teammates?
No, I have no idea.
Is there something big picture? I mean, you've experienced competing against. I mean, you've had great rivals you've competed against. You've had rivalries you've ended up competing with. When people fit into those boxes, when you get to people, does it change your appreciation at all for the kind of player competitor they're at?
When you're able to team up with them?
Yeah, when you're able to team up with someone that you've gone to war with. I mean, you played against D Wade before you were with D Wade.
Yeah.
You played against AD before you were with D Wade.
Well, I think just when you're around someone on a day-to-day basis, if you're able to be around them and you see how hard they work, you see how much they commit to the game, then that's the appreciation and the respect right off top. I understand what Steph has done for this game. I understand what he's done for his organization, what he's done for the community, people all over the world, just by his approach to the game and how he is as a man, how he is a family man, how he is a husband, a dad, and all that son, all that stuff. So, when you have that type of respect for somebody, and then you get to be around them every day, and you see the way they work, how they treat their craft. It's a pretty cool thing. You're able to just respect that and not take it for granted.
You've talked a lot about AD over the years. I'm curious, just coming off of a big season, NBA year, but there's still, I think, a sense that there's even more to be unlocked. With what you guys are doing with JJ, in what ways do you think AD can be more effective?
Whatever ways we need him to be effective. AD takes that responsibility. Whatever we need from him offensively or defensively, he takes it. So we're looking forward to him having another monster year.
So you ask NBA people, you need to get one bucket in a tight game. In the last 20 years, a lot of people would say you, either getting to the basket, getting the jumper over somebody. People would say KD, some people would say Steph. And to have kind of all 3 of those being an option in those games, and then you guys all coming through, can you just kind of talk us through that and how when you guys are in the half court, how much of it is just unspoken and about who's going to get the shot and where?
How do you lose? You did.
Coulda. It didn't.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. But we did. You have myself, KD, and Steph. You have that type of firepower at any minute, at any moment. You've seen throughout the whole summer. We all got our opportunities. You saw what Steph did in the gold medal game. You see what he was doing, in the semifinals. You see what what KD was doing when he came back from his short little injury, and I was able to sprinkle in my moments throughout the whole summer. But how do you lose when you have 3 of the best players that ever played the game of basketball on the same team?
Last 3.
And just to follow up, and with everything that goes into that, just sometimes basketball just boils down to which guy can go get you the last shot and hit it versus all of the stuff.
Well, I mean, the game is a game within the game as well. It depends on who has it going, how's the flow of the game going, so we know at any moment that all three of us can get a shot, or get a bucket. But how is that game going? How is that flow? Who has the rhythm? Who has the momentum going individually? And you ride that wave, and that's just basketball IQ. You understand that?
LeBron, there's been a lot of attention in this training camp about JJ Redick, his focus on details, really explaining things out well. As a leader of the team and someone who has to communicate a lot from the coach, what does that do for you in terms of helping people on the same page?
I mean, I think it's not only just JJ, it's the whole coaching staff. I mean, they've assembled a coaching staff that's holding everybody accountable. More importantly, they're making sure that we're taking in all the details, taking in all the information, at a pace that's good for all of us. I mean, some people learn faster than others, and that's okay. But I think one thing they're doing, they're making sure that they're guiding all of us on what we want to do offensively, defensively, how we want to play, situational basketball, what they command out of us, and then it's up to us to go out and perform that. And then when we don't perform that, they hold us accountable, and they want us to play a certain way, and that's how we need to play. And me as the leader, I have to be an extension of the coaching staff once we get on the floor to hold guys accountable as well. We want to play the game the right way, unselfishly. And if we do that, we're going to always put ourselves in a position to be successful.
Last question.
I think we all understand that the attention on Bron and training camp is different than it is for most people picked at the back end of the second round. How is he handling that when you see it? How is he handling the adjustment and really public?
I mean, unfortunately, I don't know if he's talking today. You got to ask him. As a grown man, ask him how he's handling it. And we go from there. But he's a grown man. He's a professional. He can handle all those questions himself. But I mean, we know why, good or bad, why the attention is here. So, appreciate it.
Thank you.